I'm sick of this life. Every day you get up, you go to work. But what are you getting up for? You get up, you go to work, you get paid, you pay your bills. When's it gonna change? Is this just the way it is now? No money to save, no vacation, just barely pay your bills. Nothing left. And you wonder why people have so many problems with their mental health. Because they're just not. It affects all aspects of your life. You go to work, you drive home, you're thinking about it. With your family, you're thinking about it. You try to sleep, you're thinking about it. You don't get a fuck. And that's what the people in the government don't understand. The people are sick and tired of the bullshit. People are coming. And that's the reality of the whole situation.
I'm not having a good day. Mentally, I'm beat up. I'm tired. Man, I'm tired. There has to be more to life than working 6 days a week. I don't know who to talk to, so I'm talking to you guys because then I don't have to worry about my tone or the way whatever I try to get out of my mind, how it comes across. 6 days a week I work. I drive roughly 4 hours a day to go to work, to work and to home. I can't tell you the last time I went on a trip, been to the beach. I love the beach. To me, in my personal experience, there's nothing better than the beach. Whether it be the sand, water, sounds, smells, I don't know. There's nothing better than the beach. You can't afford to go. I don't know why I work if you can't do nothing besides work. My mind's beating me up today, you know. Things that I'm 38, things that when I was younger I should have did or I should have changed or whatever. I didn't. Now here I am pushing 40. And my whole life is consumed with work. I can't afford to not work. I can't afford to do anything besides work. And I'm just tired. I'm tired. I don't know what else to say. Or what else to do or who to talk to. There's people's going to say, talk to God. I talk to God every day. I talk to God for 2 hours in the work, and I talk to God 2 hours on the way home from work. And I talk to God while I'm on this route. I haven't heard him speak back in a while, so I don't know. He might be busy with somebody else. But I'm tired. I guess that's all. I guess that's all.
So here we are in 2025, where living paycheck to paycheck isn't just a phase. It's practically a lifestyle subscription nobody signed up for. It's like Netflix, except instead of getting movies, you get stress, overdraft fees, and the occasional midnight panic about whether your gas tank will make it to payday. Now, we've been told, work hard, save, invest, and you'll be fine. But let's be real, saving right now feels like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in it. Rent eats one paycheck, groceries chew on the next, and if you've got kids, congratulations, your wallet just filed for bankruptcy.
3 weeks. 3 weeks is all I have until me and my 5-month-old are homeless. I've been praying. I've been asking. I've been doing everything. My mental health is so bad. And I can't do this anymore. And the homeless shelters near me, the women's shelters won't accept infants. My child's 5 months old. She's an infant, so they won't accept her. So all I have is my car and my baby.
Lonely, depressed, got tacos. I can't pretend to be happy no more. I just don't know what to do anymore, man. I'm living in my fucking car. We got tacos. Yo, we got tacos. We got tacos, my boy. We got tacos.
I just want to tell somebody to pray for me, man. Real talk, I just need somebody to pray for me, man. A lot of stuff don't go unnoticed, man. I'm a man. I'm trying to do everything I can to provide, man. It just seems like ain't that working, bro. Like, for real, all my life, man. It just seems like ain't nothing working, man.
This is a genuine question. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny or anything like that. But genuinely, how are you guys affording life? Because I don't have kids and me and my man don't have kids. We both go half on the mortgage and the bills, and we're still barely making it by. So I really don't understand how, like, people with children or even one child, like, how are you guys affording life? Like, I don't, like, where are you getting the money from? Like, do you guys have like 3 or 4 jobs? Do you have like side hustles? Like, are you taking out loans? Like, do your parents have money? Like, I know everyone can't have a good paying job, like, because majority of people that I know, you know, we have average jobs. So where are you guys getting this money from? Did you guys like save money from, you know, when things were better in the world? Or like, genuinely, I really am asking, like, I really want to know, like, how are you guys affording life right now?
65% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. 65% of Americans do not even have $1,000 for an emergency fund. More than that are 2 paychecks away from homelessness. The states struggling right now the most, the people in the states, the top 2 are both red states. Number 1 is Texas. The people there are struggling financially. The second state is Florida, another red state. The people are struggling. What do you think is going to happen when they lose their job in a couple weeks? They can't afford groceries. They can't pay their car payment. They can't pay their light bill. They're going to be up in arms. You and I know, because we're smart, know that it's going to be the regular average Joe that is going to be screaming in the streets, screaming because of our government. Just remember, Republicans did that. Trump supporters did that.
I'm so tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I just waited for the mailman to show up so I could get my paper check in the mail that I've been waiting for weeks. So I could come to the bank and deposit it. But because I have negative money in my account, I'm only going to get like a little bit of it because like I can only access $100 for the first day. So I'm probably going to have like $60 today. I haven't gone grocery shopping in probably a month. We have like no food to eat for dinner except for like mac and cheese and ramen. I have $300 electric bill that's overdue. My phone bill's overdue. I just gave my husband my last paycheck from last week so we could pay the mortgage 2 weeks late. And in 10 days or 11 days, the mortgage for next month is due. So it's like this paycheck isn't even like, why do I even have it? Like, they might as well take my paycheck and just send it to all my bills. Like, what's the point in me even getting my paycheck? It's like annoying. Like, I'm not going to see it anyway. Not only that, but in like 3 weeks, I have to pay for summer camp because school's almost over. So it's like, that's another $700-800 that I have to come up with to pay for summer camp. And if I don't pay for summer camp, guess who can't work because their kid is going to be at home with them? Me. So obviously that's going to be like a major to do. Like, I can't not pay summer camp. Not only do I have a personal loan and medical bills up the wazoo, like literally I have like a bill for like $3,000 from the hospital. I have like an $8,000 personal loan that was a consolidation loan from like a bunch of loans that I had. I haven't paid them in like 7 months. I owe them so much money. They call me like twice a day, dude. Like, collections calls, fucking, and all I'm doing every day is doing my best. And I literally can't get ahead. Like, I can't get ahead. I wake up and I fucking work. And these people are after me for money. And I'm like, dude, I'm literally trying my best. What do you want from me? I have side gigs here and there, like OF, once in a while I'll make like $60. But like, that's not really consistent. And like, I'm a painter. Like, I have a ladder in the back of my car. I'm a painter, right? So like, today, I literally didn't have enough tools to do my job. And I was like, I can't do this right now. Like, I don't have the fucking shit that I need for my job. Like, I can't even fucking work, dude. Like, I'm so stressed. I literally can't. I can't fucking do this anymore.
Okay, but tell me why I'm working overtime and I'm still freaking broke. And now, don't get me wrong. I make good money. I make over $25 an hour. But I do have 3 kids and a wife. And let me tell you, leading a family is financially stressful. I work all the overtime I'm allowed to get. Anytime I can get any overtime, I always work it. But no matter how much overtime I work, it doesn't seem like this paycheck to paycheck thing will ever end. And that's just something that I deal with and I kind of internalize and I don't talk about. But I can't be the only one that feels this way, right? I mean, surely there are other people out there who are tired of just getting by, man. Like, when I was in high school just 10 years ago, like, $10 or $12 an hour was really good money. And I remember thinking, if I could just get out and make $15 an hour, I'm set. I'll have a good savings. I'll be able to afford a house, a car. I'm 29 years old. And though some of it is, actually I would say a lot of it is because of some of the decisions I made in my teenage years and early adulthood. A lot of why I don't have a house is because of the economy and how shit is just expensive. Like, I don't know. It's disgusting, to be honest. Like, just to live and not have any money to do anything with. If you agree, let me know in the comments. But what are we doing about it? That's another thing. You know, instead of complaining about it, what are we doing about it? Let me know some side hustles. I've tried a whole lot of stuff, but mostly this TikTok right here. If you watched to this point, you're helping me get to that goal. So I appreciate it. Even if only 200 of you end up seeing it.
I've noticed people don't like to talk about money nowadays, or even back in the day, it's a very taboo topic to talk about. But I think we need to start normalizing talking about it, and especially now with everything being so expensive. I'm going to break down the bills that I have. I'm making more money than I've ever made in my adult life right now. And this is the first time that I've had to budget. And you can say you're spoiled, whatever. I've just done well, and my husband does well. We don't live in a grandiose house. We live in a nice house, yes. We live in a very nice city, yes. But let's break down some of the bills. Let's just be completely transparent. So, first bill is the mortgage. My mortgage is almost $3,300 a month. The second bill, my biggest bill, is my daughter's school. That's almost $24,000 a year. The third biggest bill would be my utility bill. Apparently, we had a toilet running, and so last month, our water bill, I think I made a video about it, was $514. So I had to pay that. They wouldn't do anything about it. They said the water had to go somewhere. We had somebody to come out and check for any type of leak. There was no leak. We were forced to pay that. on top of the regular water bill, which is usually $90 a month. Then you have your electricity bill, and that's usually around $130 a month. Then you have car payments. My husband's car is paid off, and my car now, my new one that I got, is about $300 a month, which is not a lot, I know. But then you have insurance. Our insurance is about $300 every single month. And what else? Extracurricular activities for my daughter, a couple $100s a month. Our grocery bill, we don't do like large hauls. We go like every couple days and get stuff, and I never had to budget it. We would just always go and buy it. And I broke it down this month, and we spend about $800 a month on groceries because we don't eat out and we make everything at home. And then we obviously have my housekeeper every week. That's $150 a month. So that's what, $600 a month. And then my dog gets groomed every 6 weeks. That's another $100. And that's not even including any of the extra things like shopping, whatever. And I don't even buy clothes full price. I thrift most things. And I don't get my nails done. I don't get my hair done. I don't do spray tan. I don't do lashes. Yes, I do Botox. That's it. I don't buy makeup. All my makeup is sent to me for free. Yes. And I don't know how families are dealing with the cost of living. It is scary. And like I said, my husband and I do well. I'm not going to go into exactly how much we make because I think that's a little bit too much. But those are our bills. And this is the first month that, we are going to be like paycheck to paycheck. And I've never been like that my entire life. And I'm worried. I'm legitimately worried. Usually everything just gets automatically taken out of our account on automatic payment. This time, I'm like looking at my account and it's going to be close by the end of the month. And then credit cards, I put everything on credit cards, but I always pay them off in full at the end of the month. I will not pay a dime of interest. But this month, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. Depends on how big my commission check's going to be. And I never had to live like this before. I don't get it. My husband and I are both making more money than we've ever made. Why? I don't know how. It freaks me out to think about how other families live. Like, should I just move? Should we move to like West Virginia and just get like a nice big house and all our expenses would be like lowered? Oh, property tax, $12,000 a year. You guys, it goes on and on and on and on and on. And I'm nervous this month.
A recent study came out that 47% of Americans who make $150,000 a year to $200,000 a year are living paycheck to paycheck. Now, some of you are thinking, how in the crap does that happen? If I was making $200,000, I would be fine. And it just proves the point, you guys, that so much of personal finance, it's your behavior, it's your habits. I mean, lifestyle creep, it's a real thing. When you're used to living at 100 grand and then you make 120, you get used to that, and then you get used to 140, and it keeps going up. Regardless of how much money you make, your habits really do form around your income. And so that's why you have to be so careful. So don't always have hope that just because my income goes up, I'm going to be okay. Because the truth is, if you have bad habits and you make more money, you're just going to make bigger and bigger mistakes. But if you have great money habits and you make more income, then that's a blessing because it's going to be used to your advantage.
It's currently June 14th, and I don't get paid until June 25th. I have $691 in my bank account and over $1,000 of bills due coming soon. Not to mention, when I get paid June 25th, I will have rent due, but I will already be negative. I know I'm not the only one that goes through stuff like this all the time, but let's go ahead and calculate what I could pay off this upcoming week while still having money for food. I think what I can do is $691 is pay a phone bill for, it's $80. So we're going to subtract 80. I have a speedy cash loan, you know, those cash advance loans that we take out, due this following Monday. It's $300. If I do that, that leaves me with a total of $311. So as of right now, I think that's all I'm gonna worry about paying right now. wait, I'm gonna send $100 to my credit cards. So actually I will have $211, and I think that's enough for food for next week, and then I'll survive and figure out the rest later. Bye.
Is anyone else like fed up with the daily routine of get up, go to work, come home, look after the kids, make dinner, go to sleep, get up, go to work, do the same shit every day? Like, I am bored of it, absolutely bored of it. And I do ask myself sometimes, like, where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong? You've got 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds out there earning claiming to earn the money and living a high life. And you think, like, when I was 18, I was like scrambling for a job, trying to get some work and trying to earn some money. And I'm still doing that now. Like, don't get me wrong, I've got a job and everything, but the money's never enough. It's never enough. Like, people going on holidays, people doing this, people doing that, and it's like, what am I doing wrong in comparison to the other people? Like, how are people affording a holiday? Like, don't get me wrong, I work, I earn a wage, and it's not a bad wage. It's all right, but I seem to be spending it on everything else. Like, I'm fed up with living paycheck to paycheck, just covering bills at the moment, like scrambling to get money together to buy food shopping, and you know, you've got all these people. Like, I don't get how people are affording holidays at the moment. It really, really does baffle me. Like, I don't understand it. Like, either they're getting paid a hell of a lot more than what I am, then fair enough, or they're doing something illegal. Like, don't get me wrong, you've got girls out there flashing their gas for a bit of cash, and they're making pay, they're making loads of money, and it's like, what the hell do I need to do to be able to get to the point where I can just like sit back and relax and actually just say, look, let's book that holiday, let's just go. Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I'm working every day and I can't seem to win. I don't know what it is. So yeah, if anyone knows out there, please tell me, because I am not enjoying this at the moment, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't. So yeah.
Our family of four lives comfortably off of $1,500 a month. It's not about lowering your standards. It's about choosing countries where your money can stretch beyond paycheck on Friday at 12 o'clock to paycheck gone at 12:01 on Friday.
So over 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck right now. What happened? We're under the Trump economy now for 6 months. Didn't everybody get their big Trump raise? I thought as soon as he got into office, you would go to work and your employer would be gracious enough to give you a big fat raise because Trump was elected. This country has got to stop putting the billionaires first. We've given tax breaks and tax cuts to the billionaire class for far too long, while the average American suffers. Over half of this goddamn country is living paycheck to paycheck and surviving off of credit cards. But every time we bring up a living wage, everybody on the right's like, well, stuff will cost more if we have a higher living wage. Let me retort by saying the same thing back to you. Well, if you can't afford it, don't buy it. Isn't that what you always tell everybody else? Stop buying coffees, stop buying lunches, live within your means. If you can't afford it, a living wage is what this country needs desperately. It is the only thing that is going to save the low income and the middle class of the United States of America. You're complaining about people on SNAP benefits, which cost the average taxpayer about $27 per year, but yet you have no problems giving corporations and billionaires corporate welfare by the tunes of billions and billions of dollars. It is absurd. Your priorities are all wrong. We need a living wage. Let me know what your thoughts are on the living wages in this country. Like, share, follow for more. This is Grim with Get the Rant, and I'll see you all in the next video.
It's not the overspending, it's the cost of living. Here is a breakdown of the average Gen Z and millennials' cost of living in today's world. So number one is rent. Everyone knows that Gen Z and millennials have to have a roommate. So splitting a 2-bedroom apartment with utilities is around $1,500. If you have a car, a $12,000 to $15,000 used car is still going to run you $400 a month. Car insurance and gas is another $300. Student loan payment, $500. You're going to have groceries for $500. You're going to have personal care, doctor's appointments, hair, gym, about $150, and then cell phone and miscellaneous $150. That's $3,500 a month, which is baseline. Do you know how much $3,500 a month is? $70,000 a year, or $34 an hour. Because after you take out taxes, put $300 for health insurance, and do a healthy $500 401k contribution, that leaves you at $3,500. This is no fun, no savings, no maintenance, no clothes, no kids, no traveling, no vacations, no bachelor parties, no weddings, no funerals, no clothes, no school supplies, nothing. And this is paycheck to paycheck. And on top of it, they're holding $40,000 of student loan debt, a $15,000 car, and if they ever wanted to buy a house with closing costs and a down payment, another $50,000. So they need $105,000. So even if they were somehow able to scrounge up after $70,000 of paycheck to paycheck, $5,000 to go to a concert, to have avocado toast, whatever it is, $5,000 a year, it would take them 20 years to pay off this debt and save up for a house. 20 years of living with the roommate where that rent's going up, and they're making $70,000 a year as a college graduate. The average person in this country makes $50,000. It is not the overspending. It is a cost of living crisis.
I honestly feel like we're being punked right now. If you are not working in a full-time W-2 position and you're out on the job market, one trend that I am continuing to see that is starting to become insulting is the underpayment for roles. And I've heard from many different people like, yeah, people are trying to reset salaries based on, COVID and inflated salaries. But what these employers are not understanding is the cost of living has gone up. So you might be going through an opportunity right now, since it's an employer market, to be resetting compensation for people, but things still cost more money now. So for this particular one, this is Sirhan. He's worth like $50 million. This is insulting. They're requiring the position to be based in New York City. Director of social media for his multi-million, I think $1 billion worth of real estate that he is selling across multiple states, and $75K to $90K is the base salary. That's insane to me. I'll mention another job. I came from more of a sales background, like high level. It's chief growth officer, chief revenue officer, chief sales officer. And every morning, of course, I get jobs from Indeed or jobs from LinkedIn that are being sent to me. And yesterday I saw a position for a senior VP of sales, and the role had said, must show proof that you've hit $50 million to $100 million in ARR, which is annual reoccurring revenue quotas. That's a big quota. This job also required this particular person to manage 10 people across different sectors, such as sales and marketing and customer success. The base salary for that position was $150,000. I gasped. What are we doing? All I know is that if you have the opportunity or you have a skill that you can start promoting for yourself, either through freelance on places like Fiverr, Upwork, or just start pitching to different businesses where you can potentially give them your talents, your experience, whatever it may be, I would start doing it. The job market is just not, I don't even know like what we're doing right now, honestly, because it takes time to apply for every single job, especially if it's not like an easy, through LinkedIn and they require you to fill it all out, plus do a cover letter, etc. But I would honestly, I'm starting to pivot to think my time would be better spent trying to land more 1099 clients and build up that book of business until companies like get their act together and start paying us like what the cost of living is equal to. Because I understand that a lot of companies are taking this opportunity to reset the playing field in terms of compensation, but cutting what you were paying for the exact same position in half, it ain't it. We ain't doing that.
How are y'all affording stuff right now? I feel like we're not talking enough about this. Everything is so freaking expensive, and I don't know what the heck. I know I'm not the only one going through this. I mean, from groceries, clothes, everything is so expensive right now, and it's literally by the grace of God that me and my family are surviving. I can't imagine what it's like for somebody who doesn't make the type of money that I make, and I don't even make a lot of money. But like, this is really a struggle. How are we surviving?
I am so scared for us American people. Like, if the bills keep rising the way that they do, how are we gonna live? Like, you can't live off minimum wage. There's no damn way. My electric bill is $150. I'm never home. So what's it gonna be next year? 200, 300, 400? Rent, thankfully, I have cheap rent. But some people I know are paying like $1,200, $1,500, $2,000 a month. That's insane. Like, I'm scared for like my generation of people and my children. Like, my son, how much is rent gonna be when he's old enough? $4,000? Something's gotta give, because there's no way that we can continue to live this way. Like, us normal people. No way. Who are bringing home $600 a week. And your rent is 2 paychecks. You still have car, gas, groceries, electric, internet, blah, 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 blah. There's no way. Something's gonna happen. Like, we need to, like, protest bills. Stop fucking paying them. Evict us. Stop going to work. Now the government's not getting tax money. Like, the economy's gotta fall. Because otherwise, everyone's just gonna be homeless. I don't know.
How can you tell people to save for retirement when they can't even save for next week? How are we supposed to save for a house, but starter homes cost $500,000 in this country? They tell us stop eating out, but rent costs $2,000. To me, it just feels like we're getting priced out of America.
So we in America can't even afford to live anymore. This 1976 cost of living, the average income was $16,000. A home was $43,000. New car, $5,000. Rent, $220 per month. Just look at these prices. So based on that, they're saying that the average income should be what, $84,000 now? So that means that with $240,000, I should be able to buy a new house. It's not possible. And also the average income is not $84,000. You know, most people are making way less than that. $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, but it's not $84,000. And based on this, I should be able to get a new car. That's what? It says it would be like $5,000. So if my income is $80,000, a new car should be like $20,000, which most of the time they also are not. I mean, unless you're getting a value car. Also, if we're looking at this, your rent for the year should only be 15% of $6,000, which would be about $2,000 something dollars, which our rent is not 15% per year. It's like 30 or 40% per month. So yeah, something is definitely wrong. New car, nothing is adding up. So basically, we're not making enough to support what things cost, and it's a horrible thing.
The wild part is, it's not just low-income households anymore. Middle-class families, folks with college degrees, even dual-income households are finding themselves barely hanging on. You used to be able to measure success by having a house, a car, maybe even a little vacation fund. Today, success looks like having enough gas to make it to work all week without asking your boss for an advance. And let's talk groceries. You walk into the store with $100 thinking you're gonna stock up. You leave with a bag of chicken, some cereal, and the crushing realization that you may need to start a side hustle selling plasma just to afford eggs. The cost of living isn't just rising, it's sprinting laps around our paychecks. But here's the twist. People are adapting. Some are turning to side hustles, learning how to budget like accountants, or even moving states just to get some relief. Others are redefining what making it means, not keeping up with the Joneses, but keeping the lights on and avoiding debt collectors.
Regardless of what this administration and the stock market are saying, the American economy is about to be in a very dark place. Americans are drowning in 90% of Americans are carrying some amount of, and the total debt across all Americans is 18.4 trillion. And 1.2 trillion of that is credit card debt, because a record number of Americans are using credit cards to pay their groceries and their utility expenses. Some of them are even using credit cards to pay their rent. And I don't need to tell you that that is absolutely unsustainable. And 4.3% of all of that debt is currently delinquent. And when it comes to credit cards, 12.3% of all credit cards are 90 plus days late. And an additional 8.75% are 30 plus days late. So it's a total of 20% of all credit card debt is delinquent. And 25% of people are using buy now, pay later to buy groceries. And that's things like, Affirm, PayPal. 90% of all Americans are worried about the cost of groceries. 54% are overwhelmed by utility costs and unable to keep up. And as we all know, utilities, especially our electric bills, are all getting higher because we're also funding all of these data centers. Please stop asking ChatGPT random questions. And it's the younger generations that are feeling this worse, of course. Millennials and Gen Z are spending over 4 hours a day worrying about finances. And the country currently has a 4.3% unemployment rate, but the Black unemployment rate is over 7%. And it's really gross to say, but the Black unemployment rate is the quote unquote canary in the coal mine. That rate goes up first, and then the overall rate follows. So that 4.3% is going to be much higher. And the latest jobs report has only 22,000 jobs added for the month of August. So there are not enough jobs as there are unemployed people. Hiring managers are saying that when they put out ads for a job or two, they're getting hundreds of applicants. International purchasing of American products is down because we've pissed off the entire world. And after that little stunt at the Hyundai plant, we're probably going to be losing their business. And these aren't the only things that Americans are looking at hitting their walls. The climate disasters we've been having lately are expensive, and they're raising the cost of insurance, which is expensive. Health insurance costs are going, and meanwhile, they're covering less services. So out-of-pocket expenses are going up for medical. And with all of the agencies that take an interest in American health basically being destroyed, we're looking at a really rough respiratory illness season coming up, not to mention the potential for the inevitable human-to-human transmission of bird flu. Things aren't looking good.
Bro, if I knew how bad the economy was going to be up to date, I wouldn't have been riding no bikes, playing no video games. I would have bought a house when I was 10. They did a study based on today's economy. Like, what should minimum wage be based on today's economy to make sure an American is comfortable living a day-to-day life, like with the prices, how the prices is up to date. Bro, do you know how much they say you need to make an hour to be comfortable around this motherfucker? $66 fucking dollars an hour. $66 an hour, bro. Who the fuck making that? That ain't even the kicker. You make $66 an hour. You work 40 hours a week. At the end of the month, guess how much you gonna have in whole? 10 bands. Oh no, but don't think you taking the whole 10 bands. You forgot about Uncle Sam. You're going home with 6,500. Maybe a 7-ball if you lucky. Okay, so eliminate all the bills and life expenses from that 6,500. You left, even motherfuckers who making $66 an hour after paying all their bills and life expenses at the end of the month, they only gonna be able to save a band or two a month. So regular motherfuckers like me and you was just cooked. We po. We just at this point we just on the internet seeing who can be po better. Who can be best at being po.
It's incredibly difficult to live in America for so many people. Mostly because it's just a sad country at this point. It's a lonely country. I hear it from people all the time. We just don't have bonds. We don't have friendships. I can't tell you how many elderly people I talk to every day who just want to talk because they have no one else to talk to. They don't have any kind of companionship because it's just common now for people to grow old alone. But that's what life is in America. It's an act of loneliness. It's a involuntary vow of solitude. And I think it's one of the biggest shames because it doesn't have to be that way. People here are no different than they are anybody else, but for some reason, we just don't want to talk to each other. We don't want to be friends with each other. We don't want to go do anything. Yeah, it's expensive. Sure. But for those of us who grew up poor, and I mean really poor, we never had money to spend to go do things, but we were doing things all the time. One of the things I'm very grateful about when it comes to my parents, one of the few things is that they were able to show us magic in life, even though we didn't have anything. Whether that's going to a park, going into the woods. Usually it revolved around nature because nature's free. For now, because these days we have to make everything a commodity. We have to monetize everything. There's no real escape from something attacking your wallet. And that's one of the reasons why people do seek out isolation and solitude, because being alone in the United States is one of the only ways to be free. To be by yourself, to lock yourself in your house where no one's trying to tax you. Whether that's an actual tax or whether it's just the daily expenses that you have when you're out and about. There's many people find themselves not being able to leave the house without spending $100, without $200. And
start saving your money, man. It's real. Save your money. Did you guys know in 2025 that if you make $35K a year and you have a household with 2 people, that means a mom and maybe a child, that you're living in poverty? That's how bad things have gotten. If you make $35K a year and you have a household of only 2 people, you're actually living in poverty. You can't afford to do anything but pay bills. People are living right now, going to work every day, coming home from work every day. They make just...
And while it's frustrating, there's also a collective awakening happening. People are questioning the system, questioning their priorities, and realizing that maybe happiness isn't about buying more, but about finding stability and peace in less. So yeah, paycheck to paycheck might be the new normal, but it doesn't mean we're powerless. It means we've got to get smarter, more creative, and maybe a little funnier, because if you can laugh about it,
I just got home from the food store and I didn't have time to process how much money I spent. So let's break it down. I went to Target and I spent $137. Then I went to ShopRite and spent $551, totaling $688. We are a family of 3, me, my husband, and my almost 2-year-old. All the things that I got, most of it was household products, face wash, things like that. Things that were like buy 3 for whatever, cheaper, blah, blah, blah. I also got other stuff too, fruits, vegetables, meat, bread, eggs, cheese, stuff like that. Things that we go through every single day. I come home, I show my husband everything I bought. He's like, whoa, this is very overwhelming. How much money did you spend? I tell him, and he was like, needless to say, he left, went for a bike ride so he can, just take his mind off how much money that I just spent at the food store. It's fucking tough out here, man.
How is this $150? $150, and the only meat is the bacon.
$6.15 for a half a pound of Greek hot sweet peppers. What the hell? Is this what you voted for? The highest fucking food cost I've ever seen in my entire life? $9 for some damn pizza sauce. $10 for a small pack of Starbucks coffee. Oh my god. Got a dang sweet treat for the dog. $20. Sweet treat for the dog. Sorry. $20. I guess you're gonna have to just find me fucking stinking. Cause look at that. Clearance. $8.39. I'm telling you right now. We're going to be paying $100,000 for a loaf of bread before this administration is over. The same administration that told us that on day 1 energy prices would come down, that the war in the Ukraine would be over, that the price of gas and food and it's all going to be a miracle. And if you go on their Instagram page right now, they're telling you it is a miracle. Only we can see. Our wallets know.